All right, are we live? My bad, my bad. Awesome, man. How you doing today? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Bitcoin's doing some concerning, interesting things, like usual. Plenty to discuss. I'm sorry, my bad. How are your feelings? How are your emotions today? You know what? That's my bad, man. I assumed you were doing well since you brought in like a jug of water. For those who don't know, Messon just hauled in a jug, a 50-gallon jug of water on his back into his room. Yeah, this is like what, at least 100 gallons of water? Yeah, of course. It's gonna take like three people to move it. I don't know. Yeah, you got like a month's supply for like a family of a dozen over there, and that's good. Yeah, that's a good point. It is that why your video the other day, you looked so healthy and I looked very pale and I
Oh,
looked like
I
it was
just
and it was
realized
a dark room.
that I wasn't even on, man. I see what you did. I didn't even have myself unmuted there. It's all good.
You were on mute
Yeah, it's
the
me.
time.
That's
But
good.
can they see us though?
They can see us.
Okay, so I've just been talking to myself the whole time.
Perfect. So,
All
16
right.
people in the showroom. We'll let the millions come through soon here. So, guys, make sure you like the live stream. It helps with the
They're
engagement.
saying they
Helps with
can't hear.
no, that's it's done. That got figured out.
Okay,
Just
I
takes
see.
like 10, 20 seconds. Let us know if you can hear us or not. But yeah,
Yeah,
where was I?
folks, like and subscribe. All the likes help. Yeah, what are you saying here, man? Are we done talking about our feelings, or should we
Let's
keep
let's
going on?
let's talk about whatever we want to talk about. My Bitcoin's pushing up finally. Not pushing up finally. I mean, yesterday, if you guys were watching, we discussed Bitcoin having some sort of retracement back to the breakout point. I don't know if you maybe we'll just get straight to the chart here, or what are you saying?
Let's delve into it, man.
All right, I'll just share my screen then if that's the case.
Yep.
And I'll take this off. Yeah, it is amateur hour 100%. This is
Oh
just
yeah.
us trying our best not to mess this up. So, anyways, if you guys watched the live stream yesterday, we had Bitcoin here at this level, somewhere at the top, and we were seeing some sort of rejection based off of these upper levels, based off the 200 DMA. We're looking, if you even watched today's video in the morning, we had this breakout. We attempted the same breakout back in, what do we have here? June 13th, pushed up very explosively, and obviously everybody's over leveraged. We get to the 200 DMA on the 4 hour. We got rejected at these higher levels, the 40K. We did peak through. We did go all the way to the 41,000, almost 300. Then went all the way back down to just yeah. Sounds we didn't really retest it properly. We didn't retest that breakout and prove that it was some sort of a support now. Today, yesterday actually, we broke above, we pushed up, we expect that retest, we discussed it yesterday. And now we want to see if is this enough for all these buyers to actually jump into the market and push the price action higher. In my opinion, man, I see a much more explosive action on the 13th of June. I think it's all these over leveraged trader using all these bybit links. I guess everybody's trying to monetize, and the fact that Bitcoin broke out. Sorry, now since May 19th, we've been stuck at this resistance. This is a very well established resistance, and for us just to blow past it like that and not retest it properly, it had some, just some red flags there. It's like the market was too excited or there's over leverage. However, this time we're properly coming back to retest. We took our time a bit. We got rejected off the same level. We're having another shot. Let's see if this is going to hold or no. But yeah, man, that's what I think right now. Very critical for Bitcoin today and tomorrow to have buyers jump in, because I don't think we can afford to have another ignored bullish breakout twice without the market reacting badly to it.
Yeah, I agree, man. And look, Bitcoin's a bit concerning right now. Now we have like kind of the top lines of our channel here drawn a bit differently. On my end, I have it drawn slightly differently. It does seem like we're arguably losing one of our layers of support based on kind of this wick. this wick here, we just extend that. It was price reactive here and here as well. So I do believe this is indeed valid. Here it was support, here it was resistance, and we are currently below it. We're having a bearish crossover in the 4-hour MACD. I mean, indicators in the lower time frames are not looking the greatest. So we are seemingly losing some layers of support here. We were forming kind of this ascending channel, and we are breaking down bearishly. So there's some reasons to be concerned about Bitcoin right now. Thankfully, we're currently sitting at a previous low and a Fibonacci retracement here, kind of 33,000, 34,000. That's got to hold. 34,000 has really got to hold. If we start putting in lower lows below 34,000, oof, that's worrisome, because that means the downside potential is quite substantial. We go to 33,000, even test some of these lower lows. And the reason why right now, specifically today, a potential correction is more concerning than usual is because we have high time frame candles closing today. We have the monthly candle closing today. We have the 2-monthly, the bi-monthly candle closing today in 7.5 hours. We have the quarterly candle closing today in 7.5 hours. And we have the 6-month candle closing today in 7.5
You're
hours.
getting me nervous, man.
Well, we should be nervous.
Oh, yeah.
We have super high time frame candles closing today, and so this is one of the most critical pullbacks we've had in literally 6 months, because if we lose this support, then we're going to test 33,000, and if we lose 33,000, that's where we had 2 monthly closes. So we really got to hold 33,000. If we lose 33,000, that's ultra bearish. We had 2 monthly candles react off it. Here resistance, here support. That has got to maintain as support. We have got to hold the line for the next 7.5 hours. We have got to hold 33,000. If in the next 7.5 hours we lose $33,000, that is extremely concerning for Bitcoin, because that would be bearish confirmation on high time frame indicators, and we would have monthly, quarterly, bi-yearly candles closing more bearish, and that's what we definitely do not want to see. So we really have got to hold 34,000 right now.
Yeah, definitely. And look, man, overall, even if we're looking here at the daily chart, right? So let's just try to gauge what's gonna happen here, because overall, we've been talking about it for a while. We've seen we're at a level right now where we're clearly having those lower highs on the price action and lower lows. We've been going down for a while, and again, we talked about the RSIs, we talked about the MACDs and all of that. For we've been losing strength, not strength, I would say. So in terms of momentum to the upside, we've been losing that ever since we got to the top here. Ever since we actually got in this pattern to the 57,000 high 50 levels, we've been actually losing that momentum as we moved to the upside. And ever since February, so it's from that, let's just see, whenever we peaked here in terms of the MACD all the way till today, it's been 128 days. So 4 months of losing momentum until we actually cross to the bottom here, and then we're all the way back down at the same the opposite level from it. So again, we did lose that full momentum, full selling momentum. We were in a bearish pattern overall when we're trying to push all the way to the top. Bearish pattern, a lot of buying coming in. We're losing that momentum to the upside. Rising wedge where there's a lot of buying coming in and not a lot of selling happening. So at one point the sellers will have to step in, and we've been losing that momentum. Not until now where that momentum has been picking up, and now we're seeing that also as soon as we peaked here in terms of our RSI on the 41,000 level back in the beginning of January, beginning of the year, we peaked in terms of RSI, and every time we hit a higher high in terms of price action, we were met with that lower high in terms of RSI ever since. And not until recently, now we got to the bottom here, selling momentum's all the way in the bottom. It's been kind of picking up just like how it was picking up back here, and now the RSI is the first time since so during this whole downtrend in terms of the RSI on May 19th here is the first time we were having lower highs, so lower price action, coupled with the fact that the RSI itself went to the oversold region. It's way too oversold for whatever price action we have, and we're having higher highs in terms of the RSI. So just how we the whole market reacted to a bearish pattern with losing momentum. While we're going up, we're losing momentum. RSI is getting lower highs as we move forward. We're getting at the level right now where we also should take into consideration the fact that we're having higher lows with the RSI while the price action is going down, and momentum's all the way in the negative and trying to push back up. Because when we dropped here, momentum was really down, and now this day here, you'll see that the MACD itself actually spent some time in the negative, but not as much as before. So this is also worth taking into account. It's worth taking into account that now the market got exposed to all the negative news, from China, all the negative news from Elon, all the crazy news that's been happening. While on the low, we're having banks adopting this, which we got so much news for you guys to talk about. Very bullish news from today, but I feel like the market is getting really desensitized at the moment. The FUD has been in the market. We are down 55%. Again, coupled with these indicators now flipping more bullish, coupled with the fact that all these news is out there now turning positive, it could be a good thing, man.
Dude, it's so critical what you just mentioned. Folks, look, listen, you all watching right now have got to smash that like button because we're bringing you guys critical information. While a lot of other channels are talking about their feelings and their intuitions about what's happening next, we're letting you guys know right now the technical factors you need to look out for to understand when there's a shift in direction, what it would take for us to look bullish, what it would take for us to look bearish based off evidence and price structure, not just feeling. So folks, smash that like button. And man, again, I'm going to reiterate something you touched up on because it's such a good point. Just how this higher highs in price action, but lower highs in RSI was bearish divergence and led to the correction. We're seeing the exact opposite. We're seeing lower highs in price action, lower lows in price action, paired with higher highs and higher lows in RSI, which is bullish divergence. So, excuse me. So we're seeing, let me just take a moment to be hydrated.
Take a second, man.
Yeah, because we all know I've been stressing the importance of staying hydrated. This is something like like I'm like I'm many things, right? Like I have very powerful just facial hair.
You're just making fun of me because I have a jug of water right beside
me. I have no idea what you're talking
right.
about. Zero idea what you're talking about. I've been pushing the importance of hydration, and I think you should really hop on this train.
Right.
But man, let's stop messing around. Stop trying to change the topic of conversation.
Wow. Okay,
this is important.
Go ahead.
Which is, look, guys. Again, we're seeing some of those signs of bullish divergence on higher time frames. But what's happening right now is concerning. And so ultimately, if we want that follow through, we need that confirmation. We still haven't seen that follow through. In fact, right now, we're testing support. 34,000 is key, guys. We're at such a key inflection point. And I mean, we say that often, but it's because it's often happening. 34,000 is key because if we lose 34,000, then we could test 33,000 and go below. And that's important because we have a monthly candle, a quarterly candle, a bi-yearly candle closing in the next 7 hours. So what Bitcoin does in the next 7 hours is super critical, because if we lose 33,000, then we'll have a monthly, quarterly, bi-yearly candles closing below previously established support, which is bearish confirmation and makes it likely that or at least it's another factor in favor of the bears. And that's what we don't want to see. Bitcoin within the next 7.5 hours needs to hold 34,000, needs to hold 33,000, because if we don't, it's not a matter of what I want or don't want. What I'm trying to get across is if we don't hold those two levels within the next 7.5 hours, then we will have high time frame candles closing below previously established support, which is bearish confirmation.
100%.
So
and look, man, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I just realized something. So I have two streams. We have two streams running at the same time. But like, if you go out now to the channel, there's actually 2 live streams running it. So we have a multi-stream running for some reason. So we're gonna cancel one of them. Stay, guys, on whatever you're on. If this ends, go to the other live stream we have. So I'm gonna cancel one of them right now. And if the video cuts on your end, if you're watching the live stream, just refresh our page on YouTube and just join the other live stream, because I don't even know what just happened, man.
Yo, this producer, man, we gotta get a new producer.
I don't even know. Look, this is all. I got too much to handle at the moment. Here, let me just take this one off here.
Grapes or hydrated raisins, just so you know.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yes, folks. So while our producer is trying to